So, Smackdown happened. Yeah, hi. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late at date Smackdown review. Um, so I tuned in to Smackdown 30 minutes after the show started. And I missed Cena opening the show. Yeah, so much for WWE. Actually, wow. I mean, you would think that if they're gonna have Cena on the show, they it would be a main event, but they have done times where Cena's on the show. So much for WWE, making people not really care much about the shows at times. Not really doing something where you would hope. You'll see Cena more likely than just one segment. They have the tendency to just do one-off segments each and every show. And so, in a sense, oh, God forbid, somebody who's actually a star on the show and you're going to miss him, I was, worried. I will say, what I'm very happy that happened is that on this show, they actually managed to utilize Cena more than just one segment. Thank fucking God. And even some people. So, it's they need to do this more often, okay? You need to do this more often because that's how wrestling used to be, where you don't just have things done in one segment. You have things happen throughout the show, a story for crying out loud. And I appreciate that they actually did that. Could they have done it a little bit better? Absolutely, they could have. Because what they could have done, they should have had, Cena and the Truth stuff happen throughout the show. But, in the end of the day, I'll take what I can get, I guess. Because I'm very happy that WWE actually managed to utilize something on the show, which I will say, because of simple stuff like that, I will say, I would praise the show more than it was. It's just, if only the show was, entirely a better show. I mean, the show was not bad. It was an okay show because they actually did some continuity, for crying out loud. So I like that. I respect that. So thank fucking God. But can't really say much. The show was really entertaining. It really wasn't. It's just okay because Cena was on the show and they actually did some continuity throughout the show. So it's yeah, we need more of that. All right. Show started with Cena, and so I did rewatch what happened in the opening because thankfully they actually uploaded it. Maybe they have in their bright minds that they know people are not going to watch the show, sadly. But again, maybe people actually watch your show if your show was good. And you wouldn't be having record low ratings, for crying out loud. Anyways, the show started with Cena. Cena says, wrestling Mount Rushmore. It's John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena. So he mentioned himself 4 times that he's all for Mount Rushmores. Yes, there's been great wrestlers. Yes, there's been great talkers, but no one in the past, certainly no one in the present, and no one in the future is even comparable to me. And the very reason is because I always maneuver you. It's not because I never give up. It's because I'm smarter than you. You can't see me. You all want to be me. And whether you're all my opponent, whether you're watching at home and memorizing me in this very arena, I am always 1,000 steps ahead of you. Because you're simply worried about right here, right now. When I won this moment right here over a year ago. You see, I announced my retirement early so I can have 6 months to scout my most likely opponents. I knew if I entered the Royal Rumble, so I could enter. I also knew that if I lost the Rumble, I would use my seniority to guarantee a spot in the Elimination Chamber. And I also knew Trump and Rollins would melt down, giving me an easy win. And on that night, Cody focused on the final boss. So all I had to do is seize the moment, shock the world, and become the unpredictable opponent. Then all I did was use Cody's obsession of being beloved and passion for the grand stage to guarantee myself a WrestleMania win. I used all your fanfare for a 25-year-old rivalry in Randy Orton's hometown to lull him into a false sense of security. I put R-Truth in the main event, and so all you would care and you would take the bait. And while you're wasting time to save Truth, I formed an alliance with Logan Paul, make him no longer a threat, and brought myself just enough time to seize my next opponent in CM Punk. I used CM Punk's rebellious nature and sociopathic self-confidence to bring him back into the corner, where now if CM Punk really wants to take this, he has to admit to himself that he's a hypocrite. And all I have to worry about is Mr. Money in the Bank Seth Rollins, who will never cash in of me holding this title because while you're too busy with pathetic brains, wiping up fake stories of whether or not I sold my soul. All I do is simply just put the math in my favor. I win matches before they even start. And in 25 years, I crunched every number, solved every prize, and cracked every code. And thank God I don't need your appreciation because you won't realize how good I am until 3 years I'm gone. Which, that's kind of what's gonna fucking happen. Let's be for real here. I'm gone. This is the greatest moment of your lives, and to me, you're simply just a mathematical equation. And the math says that there will ever be a worthy to earn the right to hold this again. Yeah, Rollins. He mentioned. I think Rollins says like how Rollins will just become champion after he retires. He'll just cash in and become the champ. Good promo. Again, Cena's good on the mic. The guy can actually knows how to talk, utilize the heel heat that he has, and utilize all the, all the stuff that people been complaining about Cena, whatever. It's been good, and yeah, I think it's good. It's good. Again, it just. Well, I will mention later when a certain hypocrite, as Cena said, does show up on the show. It would have been more fitting if CM Punk was Mr. Money in the Bank, right? If he was Mr. Money in the Bank, and instead he's the guy he's the one that could stop John Cena from leaving with the WWE title. Again, go back to 2011. It just would make more sense, like he's like the last cause and type of thing, like especially the way they want to bring that up. And again, it just also makes it more sense, like why couldn't they have just had Money in the Bank maybe be in June or late June than just. Or even late July, early July, then freaking Night of Champions. I don't know. The scheduling with WWE this year is a little weird, let's just say. And unfortunately, they're utilizing just to cost timing with themselves because what? They did Money in the Bank, just an excuse for no stories. And now they're doing King and Queen of the Ring, just an excuse for no stories. But again, the show is called Night of Champions for crying out loud. Again, they literally announced Night of Champions, like King of the Ring, last minute. Just so they don't need to have an excuse for stories. So it's pathetic. Cody Rhodes comes out. He says, "Oh man, what did you just say? That you're 1,000 steps ahead? That you're too smart? No, you're not just a smart man. You're a genius. It's unfortunate that everything you have said has comes with fruition. You're right. Seth and Punk, they melt down. You're right. I was distracted by the final boss, and I took my eyes off the prize. You're right. You used Randy's hometown advantage against him. You're right. Mount Rushmore, absolutely sure. But here are you with your 25-year master plan, and there's this parallel that this variable that you didn't account for. It's very simple. You lay it out your whole story since you've been back. 20-year master plan, right? Why didn't you just include the simple fact that this past Saturday, while you were looking up in the skies and I pinned you in the center of the ring, I'm not part of your plan, you're part of mine. So John Rushmore, why did you just leave? What does that leave you and I? And this is where I would say, like, why don't they just do Cody versus Cena at Night of Champions? Why didn't they just do that? Like, wouldn't it have made any sense that Night of Champions it was Cena and Cody? Like, I just think it's dumb. Like, Cody clearly pinned Cena, right? They could have easily just used that as a way, like, hey, screw it. We're going to have Cena and Cody face each other one-on-one. Again, I would have been fine if they had Money in the Bank, the tag match. It was a title-for-title winner-take-all type of deal. And, Cody could have won from that, the title, and then they could have easily had a match at Night of Champions. Like, it's not a big deal if Cena, loses the title and wins it back, it just become anytime champion. You know what I mean? This doesn't really matter. In all honesty, he already has the record of the most win title in WWE. Even though Ric Flair still has it with like 23. So I don't know. Just whatever, for God's sakes. It doesn't hurt to have a little like title change here and there. But again, it's just like, by that logic, why don't they just have Cody versus Cena? Why don't they just do that? Like, really? They're doing freaking Cody. They're having Cody in the freaking King of the Ring tournament, for crying out loud. Like, how does that make any sense? He just was the former WWE champion. Like, why is he having to fight
in the fucking King ring just to get a freaking title shot, for crying out loud. He's technically is really the main number one contender, but they're doing Punk now because, you know, as Punk said in this promo, he is to make the show exciting, for crying out loud. And they have no other idea really, aside from what, Punk and Rollins again, really. Which, whatever. I mean, finished off that feud for a little bit, for crying out loud, and then you can easily do Punk and Cena. You can even do that as fucking SummerSlam. I don't know. It is what it is. Let the freaking company do what the hell they want, right? I don't know. It just, where's the logic? Orton comes out. He says, anybody and everybody that had a pulse that saw you and I fight in St. Louis at Backlash, and I had you beaten in that ring. I had you down and out, and all you had dead to rights, and I had to remove your head of your shoulder until somebody decided to come save the day, and I realized that now I have to do whatever it takes, and it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if I have to go to number 50. Whatever I have to do to go to get number 15, and that means entering the King of the Ring champion. I don't care who I have to go to. Cody, love you like a brother. Yeah, love you like a brother. That's why we had sexual intercourses in Legacy. Yeah, I will not hesitate to do whatever. And then LA Knight showed up. LA Knight. I guess they did this little test to like see if LA Knight could stand with the stars. I think he held his own. LA Knight says, let me talk to you. You know, all week long, I heard the whole world saying, we want LA Knight, yeah. So I know you all you want is, I know for damn sure that not what none of y'all want, and that's me walking down here, so why don't we take a walk? Because I understand what this is, vanity. And I walked out here. I'm looking at the WWE establishment. I know that, and I'm a sore thumb standing here, and I'm like that way. Yeah. But you guys need to understand something. You see, Cena, your great little master plan of yours. My God, you're a genius, and you did all that. And I know for sure that all your plans didn't include this man. Yeah. So look ahead. Throw that plan out of the head, because here's going down, my man. King of the Ring is right here around the corner, and what it means is I got a shot at you, Cody. I got a shot at you, and I got a shot at you, Cena. All the way to taking what's mine. If that means Unbreakable as I walk in there, I gotta drop a Viper, I gotta drop a Nightmare, and I had to drop a genius balding bitch John Cena. I will win the WWE champion. Everybody's saying LA Knight. Yeah. Again, good promo. You see, thinking it this way, if WWE was to make some sense, you know, or, listen, aside from the King of the Ring, I even thought of a good scenario. Like, why can't WWE, they could easily have done a multi-man match for Night of Champions. Like, does every Cena match need to be a freaking one-on-one? You know what I mean? Like, why not? Like, because that what gave me the idea, just by looking at this, and it was, like, planning. And just gave me the idea, like, why couldn't just WWE, like, why not? Like, they could have just done easily Night of Champions, a, like, multi-man match. Heck, all four of these people, including R-Truth and CM Punk, Elimination Chamber. You know? Why do we need a freaking chamber in February? Like, you could easily make this, like, just a six-pack challenge, Elimination Chamber. Something fun, for crying out loud. Like, you see, things like this scenario is fun. You could easily take this as an advantage, where you could easily have taken the opportunity to make people care about the show, making a multi-man match, building with these stories, you know, Cody and Orton, their affiliation, LA Knight, you know, with the whole pop, like, you know, he's getting. R-Truth with his issue with Cena, you know, CM Punk, you know, his issues with all these people. It's not so hard, for crying out loud, that you could easily have done a multi-man match for Night of Champions, for crying out loud. Like, this company just doesn't think of good ideas, you know, and easily, just like why I thought even myself, like, man, won't it be cool to, like, they could have done just a multi-man match instead of just a typical one-on-one and some stupid Night of, like, King of the Ring shit. I mean, they could easily leave the King of the Ring for somebody else. You know, you can easily leave King of the Ring for other opponents. That way they can, guarantee whoever wins will face the world champion, probably like, Gunter at SummerSlam for crying, or somebody else, whoever's going to be the champion at the time. Most likely, not even a Cena. Or heck, I mean, they could easily, I don't know, whoever's not going to be in this scenario. Heck, they could even leave R-Truth for like the King of the Ring stuff. I don't freaking know. And then you could always have somebody else. You can even have Rollins in the freaking Elimination Chamber scenario. It'll be Punk, Rollins, Cena, LA Knight, Cody, Orton, shit like this. And they can always do like Cody and Cena after that. It's just, can you think of something for crying out loud, this company? Fuck. But again, like, that's what I thought that would have been, like, even what I thought in my mind. That would have been pretty cool. But then, once when Cena decided to leave, he left, and then he get attacked behind from R-Truth. So R-Truth is definitely a babyface. He's not like a heel, which I'm very happy that they're not going to supposedly just make him a heel for no reason. Yeah, he attacks Cena, which, it's just the problem is, like, why does he hate Cena aside from Saturday Night Main Event? Like, we get it. Like, he got released, right? Cena was, like, his last big opponent. But if anything, like, what would have been great heat is that, like, we could have gotten an idea that, hey, it was Cena's influence to why R-Truth got released. Like, why not make that part of the story? And heck, part of the story, you want to have R-Truth like his hair. Why didn't we see maybe Cena get cut his hair? Which I give credit to Vince Russo for mentioning that. Like, that would make more sense if R-Truth's gonna have his hair cut. That's what should have happened. So, but in the end of the day, like, make the reason why R-Truth is so angry at Cena is because he's like the influence of why he got released in the first place. Bring up that real life heat. Bring up that heat. Even mention that hell he's 53 and get it, he's old and shit, but he looks like how he does. And that's how we make a fucking story to make it impactful, for crying out loud. That's a story I can get behind. That's a story I can get behind where they build this match to even a freaking goddamn big pay-per-view, crying out loud. Heck, even freaking Night of Champions. I just don't get why they're freaking doing CM Punk versus Cena right now. Again, like CM Punk says, because to make this show fucking interesting, for crying out loud. But again, they could already make it interesting. Again, they could easily do it with it how Cody's involved. R-Truth, for God's sakes, with all the buzz right now. I just don't get. They could easily have saved freaking Cena and Punk for a fucking SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like, god damn it. Then after commercial, we see freaking John Cena basically go Dr. Duggonomics. He looks like freaking Dr. Duggonomics, Cena here. Like, he got angry at Nick Aldis. But, like, the problem is, and I don't know why they did this. Why are they having Cena and Nick Aldis? Like, why there was no audio in this? And we had to hear shitty fucking music, for crying out loud. Like, where was the fucking audio? What were they saying? The only thing we can hear is like, oh, get it? The commentary's like how Cena's flirting with Nick Aldis, with how there's no security and shit like that. It's like, I don't fucking get this. Then where was the fucking audio, for crying out loud? That's just a mixed opportunity, for God's sakes. So anyways, after this, we had his Aleister Black that makes an entrance after everybody. First match, which I still don't get. Why are they doing a fatal 4-way match for each round of the fucking King of the Ring tournament? It's so fucking dumb. But whatever. I guess, hey, it's apparently make the match better. And you know what? Maybe less filler. Which I guess that's the only positive now them doing fatal 4 matches, I don't want to fucking see all these boring one-on-one garbage all the time, for no reason. But hey, I guess that's the only positive I can say with these fucking multi-man tournament bullshitters. Which, again, I don't get why they're doing with the triple threats with fucking Money in the Bank, and now they're doing fatal 4-ways. But whatever, I guess just get the fucking dumb shit over with, you know what I mean? Randy Orton defeated Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and Aleister Black in the first round of the 2025 King of the Ring tournament. Rollins' group attacks LA Knight, and then while that happened, we see Carmelo Hayes try to take advantage, and then we see Carmelo get an RK out of nowhere on top of Aleister Black, I believe. or LA Knight. I'm not sure, but whatever. Randy Orton did a cool RKO. RKO nowhere. The match was fine. I'm not gonna hate it. It's just I don't think it's like awesome because I'm not gonna remember this match really. I'll be honest with you. Like not every match is fucking awesome. You're not gonna remember this match like next week for God's sakes. The problem with this match is that you had Rollins' group attack LA Knight, and I'm just thinking, why didn't they attack Randy Orton for crying out loud? You know what I mean? I mean, I had no problem with Orton winning. I really don't. It's just like, it would have been a simple way of generating heel heat if, like, again, if Carmelo was to win or Aleister Black, even though I don't care for Carmelo Hayes or Aleister Black, to be honest with you. But again, it would have been nice if, like, Orton attacked, got attacked right after the match. Like, hey, the heels, they didn't want any bad guys to win, or they want everyone to suffer, right? But yeah, that's what I would have done, honestly. But that's the problem. Like, they're doing next week freaking Orton and Zayn, which are two baby faces who are crying out loud. And it seems like everybody's going to win this as a baby face. Like, why aren't... There's like, it's boring shit for crying out loud. It's like the baby faces are really going to fucking like stand tall, whatever. Then Jacob Fatu backstage. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to come out. I'm going no ass, no bricks. I'm tough streets, man. Shit. Then Jacob Fatu comes out to the ring. Says, let's keep it 100. Just because your family doesn't mean you go behind your back and try to be a snake. Just because you come out from the same bloodline doesn't mean you all take credit for the hard work. So if Solo says, I want to be none without him, Solo said Jacob Fatu would be none if it wasn't for him. This is exactly why it reminds Solo of Money in the Bank. That what happened, that if you don't get to fit where you fit in, so I guess it's just me against the world. Because Jacob Fatu is all gas, no breaks with it. Yeah, that I mean, Fatu. And then we see, Solo. Solo. He appears on the Titantron. He says, that's right. How do you feel, Jacob? How do you feel like, getting that all off your chest? Because Money in the Bank, you could have done you could have made the biggest mistake, and I could have forgiven you. Forgive you for that. You see, when you go, you were doing nothing. Nobody wanted you. Until I brought you here. I brought you here, Jacob. I made you a superstar. I put money in your pocket. I put you in position for success. I made you a champion. And all because next week, in the middle of the ring, with open arms, willing to take you back, Jacob. All I need you to do is 4 words. I love you, Solo. Jacob, always remember, I brought you in this world and I will take out y'all don't mean. And then this was like a weird way of how they ended it, because like Jacob had to just stand there, did nothing really. I don't know. They're just buying time, that's the problem. But I don't really mind this, I guess. So Chelsea Green is talking to Nick Aldis on FaceTime, and she's like in the freaking pool. And she says she can't appear for some reason. She's canceling and then they said, oh, we should cancel anything because she can't appear in like the, I don't know, flight issues or whatever. And then they just did the stupidest way, where just basically decided to like replace her, which she's not going to be in the King of the Ring tournament or Queen of the Ring, which I don't get. I don't know why. It's just a dumb way of fucking doing whatever. It's just really dumb and just whatever, a waste of time. And then instead it's gonna be like Alba Fire taking her place. Whatever. Then we see Zelina Vega. She wants to get her revenge, and but next week will happen. Like, who really cares? I forgot that even happened. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. I'm sorry. It's just like, God, it's like, what are they doing? Why are they still having the title on her? And she has the Smackdown theme, the fucking shitty freaking Smackdown theme, because they can't even think of anything for her. I don't know anymore. Jade Cargill defeated Nia Jax, Piper Niven, Doudrop, or whatever, and my chin, your chin, everybody's dumb chin, in a first round Queen of the Ring tournament garbage, whatever. Yeah. Then we see right after that Tiffany Stratton came out. Well, before Tiffany Stratton was Naomi. Naomi came out, celebrating her Money in the Bank win. Every fans were saying, "You deserve it, you deserve it." Like, yeah, bitch, I deserve it. Yeah, bitch, I'm here to say that any big thing come true, bitch. I deserve it, bitch. I'm a sexy ass bitch. I got my big weave and shit. I'm going Shakisha on your ass, bitch. And I got big booty, big ass booty, fake ass booty. Ain't no fake bitches stealing. I'm going Shakisha on your ass, no bitchy. I am mad as hell. I don't know, yeah. I mean, I will say with Naomi, her new type of attitude and character, I will say it's helping her. But yeah, bitch, I'm sexy black bitch. Y'all now look me little stupid bitch. I ain't no stupid bitch. I miss money in the bank, bitch. It's my time to shine, bitch. I got a big ass booty and I'm getting ready to use it, bitch. I'm bitchy. Woo! And nobody's gonna stop me, bitch. I'm gonna beat that attractive bitch, sexy, the activity strap bitch, cause he more sexy me, bitch. But I ain't gonna make her sexy no more, bitch, cause I'm gonna fucking go shot Keisha on your ass. And she kept ruining my shot at the title, but I'm gonna ruin her when she doesn't see. Proceed with caution, bitch. After Tiffany came out, I was like, oh, you talk big game, Naomi, but you ain't gonna cash in my face. So what did you change? You're different now. You're just the same old Naomi. And then Naomi says, I look stupid, you boo-hoo. I'm gonna, bitch, I ain't gonna cash it right now. I'm gonna cash it when you least expect it. And then they could have exited this better. Like, they could have Naomi attacked her and try to even tease a cash in, but no. But then Nia Jax showed up to help Naomi, basically, which... Great, we're doing this again. The Wyatts are just basically tag team shit. They're now doing, get it? Every tag team's gonna face the Wyatts and they're gonna get squashed by the Wyatts or whatever. Not that I really care. So, the third match, the Wyatt 6 defeated the Motor City Machine Gun. Oh yeah, I forgot, it's like Friday the 13th and this guy mentioned it. But yeah, the Wyatt 6 won or whatever. Cena came out, right? Before this he asked Jimmy Uso where's R-Truth or Ron Killings, and then he says if he finds him, let him know that he'll be looking for him in the ring. So Cena shows up in the ring. He's asked Jimmy, he says, for once I agree with y'all, we want truth. And let's fight right now. He teases that he's ready to fight, but then CM Punk shows up. CM Punk says, it's great, isn't it great to be here live in Friday night, Lexington, Kentucky, or what? Like, God, this pandering Phil motherfucker. Like, seriously, this guy just panders now. And ironically, he didn't mention it because he's basically is becoming like fucking John Cena. Like, fuck. Anyways, did I hear something about disrespect, John? You're tired of being disrespected? These people are tired of being disrespected, but now I have a microphone. I think we could trust what I say. Is that I'm going to reach the level of disrespect that we're capable of, but for all time's sake, I'm going to give you a chance. Give you a benefit of doubt that maybe, just maybe, my empathy is a bit much, a little too much. I'm Obi-Wan. I feel like I'm Obi-Wan talking to Darth Vader, looking for Anakin Skywalker in there. I know he's there, but I'm going to give you a chance in front of this legendary wrestling town to stop what you're doing and let's celebrate who you are and put you in a pedestal on your way out. Let's celebrate the sacrifice you made for them and this business. Give them a happy ending. And you even did a wink because get it, how happy ending is now associated to freaking just... man, we live in a fucked up society, for crying out loud. Happy ending the big black couch is a good thing though, that's for sure. John Cena says, why? No, why would I waste my time? These people don't matter. This place does not matter. Basketball doesn't matter. Horse racing doesn't matter. This is the only thing that matters. So I'm gonna eat crows and the same idiots that these are wearing my t-shirts and saying your song not a chance. So you mention how fucking dumb fans are, so that's funny. CM Punk says, alright, well, let's the record say with that CM Punk and Lexington, Kentucky giving you an out, alright? But now, please, well, do it your way. Let the disrespect begin. I was hoping like a big shoot, but it's like not really, didn't really happen, but it was good for what it was, I guess. I ironically love your way is a CM Punk way. When the static hits, the cult of personality plays through the sold-out arenas, man. Everybody knows what's going to get real, ladies and gentlemen, in TV land. Watching on the USA Network is about to get real. Here's the truth you want so badly. Your old saying that tell a strong man a lie, you offend them. That's why you're pissed off. Of all the people call me a hypocrite. Conversely, you tell a weak man the truth, and that offends him. But here's the truth, John. You can't beat me. When I'm at my best, you can never. And now you said that you're going to ruin wrestling. I take upon myself to save it. Bear with, folks. As always, I got a lot of want to get off my chest. And the other thing you said to me, something about sociopathic confidence. Yeah, I take it as a compliment because I'm unwavering confidence in me and ability that brought me to the mountaintop time and time again. When people like you said that you couldn't see it, when I see, when people like you, I didn't have it. So I'm not as confident as a man you are because I want to walk out of Saul Real looking like a toddler with a suck out at T-ball. That's funny. Did you actually like that one? Because I personally would like the striking from the record. Because who the hell do I sound like? I sound like the PG John Cena, which is ironic because you know you sound like? I'm gonna ruin wrestling. I'm gonna take a shot and leave. Man, you sound like CM Punk, and that's ironic. Sling my best material, John. I won the title. I left with the title. You're trying to follow my footsteps. I did it. I said I was going to do it, and I did. And you know what? You can't stop me from challenging. You think Challenge Me Night Champion's gonna stop me? John and John, oh boy, times. Like old times. Here's CM Punk. It's time to make your title run interesting. Here's CM Punk to make John Cena's retirement tour palatable, watchable. Get a rocket fuel to fuel up a private jet that you will fly around in. I will follow you to Mars and kick your ass. I will follow you to prove to you that I am better than you. Here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen, and there's like true chance. Here's some truth for you, John. It's not all bad. You are the GOAT, and so am I. But I be in my hometown. I be in your hometown, and I will beat you, United Champions. You are the GOAT. But I will spit, roast, and sacrifice to the gods of wrestling. Legends of wrestling actually belong in the mountaintop. Guys like Terry Funk, Harley Race, Bret Hart, Eddie Guerrero. The audacity you put yourself in Mount Rushmore once, let alone 4 times. You're a joke. And here's some truth for you, John. You can't see me. I seen through you. And I always have. And that's the truth. Again, so that was the promo. Again, good promo. Again, this would all have made more sense if they probably saved this for like John Cena's last match. And if CM Punk was Mr. Money in the Bank. Because CM Punk could have been like, get it? I'm going to freaking save this business. I'm going to use the Money in the Bank to save it. That's what I would do. Or heck, what they could do is they could probably have Rollins lose the Money in the Bank to Punk even. Which I would not have a problem with. That's what they should be doing. They should basically make it like, yeah, Punk, with the Money in the Bank, if he was doing Money in the Bank or he had Money in the Bank, he would have been the guy. They could have saved this moment literally in December. But sadly, they're not. But whatever. I mean, in the end of the day, it would help the promo made more sense if he was Mr. Money in the Bank. But, yeah, it is funny how they're mentioning, how it's all reversed now, basically. But again, it just would have made more sense to me, like, if they were kind of saving this as, like, the final, like, one of the actual final matches for John Cena as a heel. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, I like the promo. After this, we see R-Truth attack Cena, puts him on the SDF, and then, John, I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. And then Cena's, like, walk away limping. It looked like Cena was limping. Hopefully that was selling. Hopefully he's not actually like hurt or whatever. And then R-Truth, he's confronted by Nick. I was like, what was that about? I can't have you just attacking Cena. What do you want? Like, nah, I know what I want. I want Cena next week. And it's official. Cena's going to actually have a TV match next week on Friday Night Smackdown. I guess it's going to help the ratings. I'm surprised that they're not making this for the title. I mean, they don't need to because it'll be predictable. But hey, maybe it could be something for the future where, R-Truth, he gets a Cena win. And then it could lead to a future match where R-Truth tries a Cena for a title. It's a simple idea what they could do, But hey, at least it's something. Take advantage of what's going on with R-Truth and roll with it. Alexa Bliss defeated... Alexa Bliss got interrupted by Charlotte. And then while Charlotte was making her entrance, Alexa interrupted. And the 4th match, Alexa Bliss defeated Alba Fire, Candice LaRue, and Ric Flair Jr. For the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Which, good. Happy to see a hot chick actually win. This is announced for next week. Cody then runs into CM Punk and tells Punk that we can't run away from each other forever because we know we're gonna face each other whatever. But let's see what happens after Night of Champions, and they all like show their respect, and yeah. In the main event, Cody Rhodes defeated Nakamura, Andrade, and Damian Priest to advance from the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. Again, I don't really get why Cody Rhodes is in the King of the Ring. I really don't. He doesn't need to. It's just dumb. Especially when he's like literally could be like he's like one of the main contenders, which is why again it would probably be cool if this was like some sort of like multi-man idea. But sadly that's what creatives is not creative enough. For you people say Triple H, it's a work with R-Truth. They're not creative enough to do anything, for crying out loud, you stupid dumb motherfuckers. But whatever. Cody won. They had a table spot just to appeal to the Slim Jim sponsors. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So we're gonna probably see more table spots. Probably not a lot of good ones. Just for Slim Jim. So they had a Slim Jim table spot where Cody Rhodes just fall through the table, which is kind of just a little weak. It was a weak table spot. Like as much as I love tables as much as the next person, but it's like if when you overuse them and make them like just too sponsory, just kind of takes away the purpose. Just what I'm saying. But yeah, Cody Rhodes won the main event. The main event was just not really interesting, in my honest opinion. The way, like, Andrade, like, in the closing fashion, the closing of the match, he just looked weak. Like, he just freaking, get picked up, and he apparently just all of a sudden falls down after, like, all of a sudden thought, like, he had some life. I don't get it. I don't know, but yeah, Cody Rhodes pins Nakamura, and that's how the show ends. Overall, it wasn't a terrible show. I thought the show, compared to last week, I do think the show, last week was definitely a better show. I will go on to say that. But I will say I like that there was, again, the continuity with Cena and Truth. And, they had CM Punk on the show and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that both shows weren't, like, the worst SmackDown I've seen. I will say, these two SmackDowns, the past two SmackDowns were better than usual. I guess, they took that as a wake-up call to understand, like, hey, we got low ratings, you gotta fucking try. So, I give credit to that. It just, you need to be more creative. Hopefully the show will be better. But yeah, wow. Cena, and, they're also taking advantage. Like, wow, Cena's actually gonna fucking wrestle next week. So, that's actually something. Hopefully they'll do some good things. But yeah, I will say, like, hey, this week for Monday Night Raw wasn't bad. SmackDown was okay too. It's good when wrestling's not like the worst thing. It doesn't feel like you fucking want to die. All right, but it doesn't mean that the show is not creatively bankrupt. Like, it could be far better. It just needs more creativity. Sure, you're making the money, but look what's going on now. You're freaking having record low ratings, and you're gonna lose money like that. So, if you want to make money, you want to have good sponsors, then be a good fucking show. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Alright, that's all I'm gonna say, people. I'm just keep real. Get your range, Cole's Magnificent Spider, make the bitches go, oh shit, oh shit. Don't proceed with caution. I don't know. I guess you should, actually. Unless you want to say, them sassy black bitch go back, kiss on your ass. I don't think anyone wants a fucking hipster predator, that's for sure. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.